outstanding service and performance throughout the year. 4 weeks ago, if you tune in with us, we recognized Teacher of the Year, and last week, Educational Support Staff. Today, it is our privilege to recognize Bedford County Public School retirees. We are honoring 43 individuals who have 976 years of collective service in Bedford County. Additionally, we will be discussing the support and growth opportunities that recruitment and retention team provide when you work in Bedford. So sit back now as we pay tribute to the 2020 retirees of Bedford County. Thank you so much for joining us today to honor the retirees. Their dedication and service to Bedford County Public Schools is greatly appreciated. You can see that the current retirees serve many valuable roles within the school system, including nutrition, transportation, maintenance, and teaching. They're a group of talented individuals who will be greatly missed by the students and staff of Bedford County. Many of these individuals have chosen to stay in Bedford because Bedford is truly a great place to be and a great place to work. With the teacher shortage that currently exists across the state and nation, one of the functions of the recruitment and retention team is to not only find teachers and staff to work in Bedford, but to support them so that they stay in Bedford. Let me introduce you to members of the recruitment and retention team. I have with me today Melanie Simmons, the supervisor of new teacher support, and Sherry Weiss, the supervisor of professional learning. Thank you for joining me today. Ms. Simmons, start us off by giving us just a few examples of how the recruitment and retention team supports teachers once they choose to come to Bedford.
Thank you, Dr. Calvert. Our goal is to make sure new teachers in Bedford feel supported to improve their practice while inviting them into our Bedford family. Being a brand new teacher can be overwhelming. We ensure that new hires have a mentor in their building who can support them on a regular basis. Our team also provides support by visiting the classroom, doing in-field observations, and informal observations. We want to provide wraparound services and support for our brand new teachers. For all teachers that are new to Bedford, our team makes classroom visits and ensure that they have support from the school. At the division level, we provide virtual and in-person professional learning in order to help them to learn about culture, lesson planning, classroom management, and other pertinent topics.
Doing for new teachers since the COVID-19 shutdown to support them?
During the COVID-19 shutdown, we have met virtually with all of our new hires. Our team has continued virtual infill coaching sessions with mentee and mentors and have hosted small group sessions. The purpose of these meetings was to review the content from the year, to ensure that each teacher had time to reflect from the past year, and to set goals for next year. We also wanted to give teachers an outlet to talk through what they had been doing with their continuity of learning plan and what part of this they will carry over to next fall. The recruitment and retention team is here to build relationships. We meet a new applicant at a job fair or other recruitment opportunities. We follow them through the interview, hiring, and onboarding cycle, and we're here to support them in their first year and beyond.
Ms. Simmons, thank you so much for sharing how we support new teachers in their first year in Bedford. Ms. Weiss, can you expand on this a little bit and tell how we provide continual support and growth to our veteran teachers and teachers beyond the first year?
Absolutely. In Bedford, our goal is to provide relevant, job-embedded professional learning opportunities. During the traditional school year, we encourage teachers to conduct walkabouts where they can visit other classrooms within their school or across the division. This allowed them to refine their own classroom practice as they observed new instructional strategies and determined how they could best use them to meet the needs of their own students. Often the most powerful learning comes from observing your peers. Some teachers chose to visit the grade level above them or beneath them so that they could better understand the vertical articulation of the curriculum, while others chose to visit classrooms of teachers who taught the exact same content as them so they could get new ideas and see new practices.
Is there any financial support available to kind of promote this growth of teachers in Bedford?
Yes, ma'am. Our team financially supports teachers by encouraging them to participate in conferences or take college coursework if it aligns with their personal learning goal. All of these opportunities are housed on our Bedford County Professional Learning website, which is updated weekly. We offer internal professional development opportunities as well. Just this spring, we had a Division Professional Development Day that included over 70 sessions for educators to choose from.
So what has been different with the support provided to new teachers since the COVID-19 shutdown that we've experienced?
For new teachers and for our veteran teachers, during the school closure, we created a video that detailed what support was available for teachers from the division level as they continue to offer meaningful learning experiences for our students. We've also done a weekly Bedford County Spotlight where we showcase teachers who are using innovative techniques to communicate effectively with families, increase student engagement, and deliver quality instruction. These spotlights are on our professional learning website and serve as encouragement and support for our teachers as they continue to grow during these unusual times.
Thank you so much, Ms. Weiss and Ms. Simmons, for sharing with us today all the wonderful work with our recruitment and retention team. If you are interested in working in Bedford, please check out the Bedford County Public Schools website. There is a tab, Teach Bedford, on the website, and it starts off with Voices in Bedford, which is testimonial videos, and then Support in Bedford, which is kind of what we outlined for you today. And then information is provided on how to join Team Bedford. We think that you will find Bedford to be a great place to live and a great place to work. Thank you so much for your time today.
Why do you love Bedford? I love Bedford because I'll tell you what, as I look out this window here from Liberty Middle School and I see the peaks of Otter, it's beautiful here. It really is.
This is my 20th year teaching, and this is my 6th year in Bedford, and I can say that bringing my kids to a small community such as Bedford was probably one of the best decisions my husband and I made. We moved here because of my husband's job, but just coming here and just seeing the simplicity of life and seeing the community come together and just care about what's happening in our schools and with our kids.
I have a lot of good things to say about Bedford. I really love this area. I love the mountains, the lake. I love that you can see all 4 seasons in this area of Virginia that we live in.
The cost of living here is absurdly low. It's obscenely low compared to other parts of the state. For what, you know, the bang for your buck you get on real estate is really hard to believe.
I love my drive to work in the morning. I love passing those mountains. It's just peaceful, it's serene. So a small community, it's family oriented, great place to raise kids.
One thing that I love about where we are right now is that I love when I go to Kroger and like kids say, "Hey, Mrs. White," and I'm like, "Hey," and they're not even my student. I've never had them before, but there's a sense of familiar.
It's a beautiful place to be. It's a beautiful place to live, and it's definitely a beautiful place to work. So I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Bedford is a small town community. It's all about community. People actually waving at you when you drive down the street. Beautiful surroundings, mountains. I just love the environment. I love the small town atmosphere. If you need a city, you've got Roanoke and Lynchburg to go to, but we have our small town atmosphere to come home to at night. A place you come and love to stay.
I'd also like to offer my personal thanks to all of our Bedford County Public Schools retirees for 2019-20. Thank you for all that you have done over so many years for our students, their families, and this great community. Please tune in next week as we celebrate what should be, under normal circumstances, the end of the 2019-20 school year. You don't want to miss it. Please be safe, and we'll see you next week.